Good evening. Wish all viewers happy International Labour Day. Believe in your abilities, work hard and take care of all your responsibilities. No human masterpiece has been created without great labour. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Requirements for licensing restaurants issued. Bahrain revamped 20 places of worship. Stringent measures to regulate jet ski use in Bahrain. Health center timings during Eid holidays announced. Saudi launched Tawakalana Services app. Beijing shuts dine-in services for holidays to stem outbreak. News in detail. Requirements for licensing restaurants issued. Industry, Commerce and Tourism Minister Zayed Al Zayani has issued a decision regarding licensing requirements and criteria for operating tourism restaurants that aren't part of hotels. Under the decision published in the official gazette, a license to operate restaurants that offer tourism services requires such restaurants to be in appropriate location. After obtaining approval from the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, along with the authorities concerned. Eid al-Fitr on Monday in Bahrain. Bahrain will celebrate the first day of Eid al-Fitr on Monday, corresponding to May 2nd, said the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. The mood-sighting panel convened yesterday evening at the headquarters to receive news and testimonies confirming the birth of the Shawwal crescent. The Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs congratulated His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, the Royal Family, the people of Bahrain and Islamic world on Eid al-Fitr for the Hijri year 1443. Bahrain revamped 20 places of worship. Two places of worship, Madinat Khalifa Al Khalifa town, Ali Shahab in Ali Salha, have been reopened today, said the Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments. 5 other places of worship, Manama, Adhari, Jidal Hajj, Sadat and Yakar, have been revamped. The move is in line with the order of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, to immediately launch a development plan for mosques across the kingdom's governorates, inaugurate and restore 20 mosques run by the Sunni and Jafari endowments located across different governorates of the kingdom. His Majesty the King's unlimited support for workers hailed by Labour Minister. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa today received a cable from Labour and Social Development Minister Jamil bin Muhammad Ali Humaidan. The minister extended on behalf of all workers in the kingdom deepest thanks and gratitude to His Majesty the King, marking the International Workers' Day, which is observed all over the world on May 1st. The minister commended His Majesty the King's unlimited interest in workers and constant keenness to patronize the kingdom's celebrations of the Labour Day to honor dedicated and distinguished workers in various production sectors. Representatives Council stresses support for Bahraini workers. The Council of Representatives has extended congratulations to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, marking the International Workers' Day 2022, observed worldwide on May 1st. The Council also lauded the landmark accomplishments attained by Bahraini workers under His Majesty the King's Comprehensive Development March. In a statement marking the occasion, the Representatives Council extended congratulations to workers at various work sites, paying tribute to them for their contributions supporting all sectors, particularly their major role in ensuring the success of the economic recovery plan. The Parliament underlined its support for making Bahraini workers the first option for employment at the public and private sectors, as well as for Bahrainisation of jobs, training and professional development programs and protection of Bahraini workers' rights. Sustainable Development Goals top government's priorities. Housing Minister Basim bin Yaqub Al Hamar has confirmed that the Sustainable Development Goals enjoy the great support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, noting that Sustainable Development Goals top the priorities of the government's work. He highlighted the government's keenness on its strategic partnership with the UN to implement the new urban agenda and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Stringent measures to regulate jet ski use in Bahrain. New rules have been set to regulate the use of jet skis and ensure rider safety. The tough regulations have been featured in the amended edict issued by Transportation and Telecommunications Minister Kamal Ahmed, which has been published in the official Gazette. Health center timings during Eid holidays announced. 9 healthcare centers will work around the clock from today until Wednesday, marking International Workers' Day and the 3-day Eid holiday. They are Muharrak Health Center, Bahrain and Kuwait Health Center Hid, Jiddah's Health Center, Yusuf Engineer Health Center, Sheikh Jabir Al Ahmed Health Center, Sitra Health Center, Hamad Kanu and Muhammad Jasim Kanu Health Centers and Khalifa Town Health Center. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. ATM hacker arrested. An expatriate has been arrested for allegedly hacking a bank's ATM. The General Directorate of Anti-Corruption, Anti-Economic and Electronic Security launched a probe after receiving reports of a man who allegedly installed devices inside ATMs in a bid to steal clients' money. Now we will be back after a very short... The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination. Welcome back. Saudi launched Tawakkalana Services app. The Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority has launched a new app, Tawakkalana Services, to help improve the quality of life in the kingdom. It provides 140 services that cover health, education, transport, Islamic and public services, and entertainment through 40 strategic partnerships. These include rendering a driving license, insurance documentation, passport enquiries and requests, a digital wallet approved by government agencies, charitable donations, data correction and information verification. People can also buy tickets for events. Visitors and citizens of other Gulf countries can register for Tawakkalana services with their passport number or national ID. Saudi arrested 12,034 illegals in a week. Around 12,034 violators of residency and labor laws and border security regulations have been arrested in various regions of the kingdom within a week. Those arrested included 7,515 violators of the residency laws, about 3,002 violators of the border security regulations, and more than 1,516 violators of the labor law. UAE allows using state-issued IDs for cross-border travel. Citizens of the UAE can once again travel to GCC countries by using their Emirates ID cards. They are no longer required to carry their passports while traveling to GCC states. The National Authority for Emergency, Crisis and Disaster Management and the Federal Authority for Identity, Citizenship, Customs and Port Security said that UAE citizens could use their national ID cards for travel in GCC countries. GCC citizens will also be allowed to enter the UAE using their state-issued smart ID cards. UAE Central Bank circulates 2 new banknotes. The UAE Central Bank of the UAE has announced that the new Dirham 5 and Dirham 10 banknotes have entered circulation following distribution to all banks operating in the country. The Central Bank of the UAE, in collaboration with the UAE Banks Federation, has provided the new Dirham 5, Dirham 10 and Dirham 15 notes. Emirates NBD, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, First Abu Dhabi Bank and Bank of Sharjah are amongst the national banks to program their ATMs for the new denominations and update their settings in a short time span. Beijing shuts dine-in services for holidays to stem outbreak. Restaurants in Beijing have been ordered to close dine-in services over the May holidays as the Chinese capital grapples with the COVID-19 outbreak. Authorities said at a news conference Saturday that dining in restaurants has become an infection risk, citing virus transmissions between diners and staff. The Associated Press reported restaurants have been ordered to only provide takeout services from Sunday to Wednesday during China's Labor Day holidays. Beijing began mass testing millions of residents earlier this week as it scrambled to stamp out a growing COVID-19 outbreak. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.